We are live.
Welcome to People Can TV. Wherever your broadcast, I would like to officially welcome you to the February 2023 edition of the Program Inside Cinema Marketing. We are your regular Thursday Frank, Ambassador Mohammed Varnie Kanneh, and Lyndon. We are your dramas from 5 to 6 o'clock. We are here bringing you all the little happiness. Alright, so we don't have time. We don't have much time for all of the music. So we just want one down the music. We just want one down the music. And then go straight to our point. Let me give you a program at about 20 minutes past 5. We will have Secretary who is the chairperson for defending the movement for the redemption of the cinema team. We will have him here in the studio. And about 20 minutes past 5, just about 2 minutes from now, we will be ushering our guest, Sekou Sharif. So this is how we like to take down the music. This is how we let everyone down the curtains of music on our platform here today. Wherever you're following, this is how we let you feel welcome to Focal TV. Also, a location that you are celebrating today. We love to say congratulations to you. Whether it is a birthday celebration, whether it's a wedding anniversary, what's the other occasion is, Really love to say welcome to you. All right. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. This is how we. Sorry for the feedback. Sorry for the feedback. Our technician just had just sort that out. So if you are still following, the feedback is high. So that is it. We are back here again. So welcome, come here. How are you?
Oh, oh, good evening, most welcome to all of our people who are following us. Uh, we we are more excited to be here on the Focal online TV, the most reliable, independent, fact-based media institutions within the living breath of tissue tech team. So we are very much excited to be here on today.
All right, so that is it. We are here, and you know it's good that we are back here to do the normal job that we choose to do. And why is it that you don't want to tell the people that hopefully next week you're gonna be hearing another show, and while I alone will be here playing the role here as the lead host.
Yeah, it is also important for me to use this time just bring to light my own intention to air the show on our network. So how be like we have said, by next week, which is the first Monday in the month of February, because we have already transitioned into a brand new month. So by next week, the first Monday in the month of February, I'll be reactivating the focal point,
Yeah.
because this is a program that was in existence, but due to some technical issue, they had to suspend the motion of that program. So we will be reactivating, and we will bring you the best. We will also be looking into some of the issues in our district. We will also be looking at some of the issues on the national scene. We're not going to be talking about politics. We will bring the education of those who are involved into education. We bring them on our platform. Like your platform, you have been doing a very tremendous work. From time immemorial, from time immemorial, since you took charge of this platform, you have been doing so much great thing to the people. um, Through this platform, so many people have been fed with the most of the issues relating to district 18, and and other key issues. You understand? So I want to utilize this occasion or this moment to also inform the public that next week, Monday, the the program Focal Point will be live on your stream. So we dive into other issues. So I hope that many people are in their zealous mood, waiting to hear us speak and waiting to hear us come with the reactivation of the focal point.
All right, so that is good. Yeah, it's good that we have the platform very much active that we can have other people coming on another segment on Focal on TV where we're going to be having like two programs for now, two programs running active. That at least Monday we will have something on our plate, and then Thursday in the evening we will also have something on our plate. So that is good. It is something that we must applaud the the management, our the senior management here at Focal One TV, that which of course they are giving us the responsibility to serve. So it is good that every young man wants to build his or her own capacity. Once the opportunity has been given to the person wants to build it. It is good for every one of us. Um, so we will take a short break, and as soon as we come back, we'll also in our guest.
Focal TV. Bringing you innovation to broadcasting, news, views, comments, and analysis of issues happening in Liberia and the rest of the world. Focal TV, with check and balance, we bring it as it unfolds. Focal TV, bringing you face to face with newsmakers in town. Focal TV, the best online platform in broadcasting. Focal TV, located at Topo Village, Somalia Drive, Liberia. Be the part and experience the best in online broadcasting. Keep focal.
All right, so welcome back to our TV. We just take a short break. Then we are back here. Um, right now we have in studio Sharif.
Got me singing, oops, love baby. You woke up in my bed, in my face. We broke up. Got me singing, oops, love baby. You woke up in my bed, in my face. We broke up.
Oh, all right. So welcome, Chief. How you guys doing?
Okay, live.
Yeah, welcome, sir. How you guys doing?
Oh, bless God, it's pleasure being here for this hour, and I would like to extend our.
Firstly, you have to introduce yourself for those following the room. They can know who we have in our studio.
All right. I'm Simply Sharif. I'm the chairperson for the movement for the redemption of district, a pressure group, pro democracy group. Uh, I scheme at ensuring the representative to live out to his responsibility as a representative of that district, of this district rather. So it's a pleasure being here.
I'm Slabert. I'm Gabriel B. Slabert, a resident of the New Georgia community, precisely the J. Double Race community, district number 13, and the Secretary General of the Movement for the Redemption of district number 13. We are pleased to be in your studio this evening.
Thank you for accepting our invite. So Lyndon, we have two great young men from the movement that, of course, is the movement for the redemption of district number 13. So they are championing a cause to see how best district number 13 can be redeemed. So will you let us keep the ball?
Let's keep the ball rolling. Gentlemen, you guys are most welcome. But let's look into other issue. Can you just give us a little a backdrop about what this whole movement for the redemption of District 13 is all about?
Okay, first and foremost, once again, I'd like to extend on behalf of the movement our profound esteem gratitude to the Focal TV family for this beautiful setup. I think you guys are doing a brilliant piece of job here. And I basically, with respect to your question, this movement was established in 2020, somewhere in March 16. The sole purpose or the ultimate goal of this movement is to ensure that policies maker within district number 13 live up contract that was signed between they and the people. So We are basically a pro-democracy and a pressure group that seeks to hold officials' feet to the fire. I think my SG will expand on that a little bit, then we can keep the program moving forward.
Yeah, so the SG.
Well, as my colleague Sekou rightly put it, since the incipient of this movement, we have been those leaders residing or who are into leadership position in our district. We ensure that they do the right thing. We are like a pressure group, making sure that we mount pressure because in a Liberian scenario, like the total scenario that people always give that the only way a total can move except we put fire on his back. So we are like a fire that will be placed on the back of the turtle. So the movement for the redemption of David 13, since the foundation of this group, we have been very, very vocal and making sure that our leaders, particularly those who are into leadership, whether you're a representative, whether you are the community chairman, or you are a leader in the community, will ensure that the right things are done. Because in this country, our society is so valuable that not many persons find so much interest in keeping their leaders feet to the fire. So having noticed the gullibility of our society, being young people who are residing in the district, being so passionate, the former of our district, we told was to establish the movement that will keep our leaders feet to the fire and ensure that the right things are done. For example, if a man is elected as a lawmaker for a particular district, it is expected that that person does what he or she was elected for. I mean, as a lawmaker, we talk about lawmaking, representation, and oversight. Our job at the movement for the redemption of the 13 to ask questions. How many laws have this lawmaker made? How many times has he attended section? And what has been his own participation in section? And what has been his oversight role? Because oversight in legislative policy is one of the most important functions of a lawmaker. Because if the lawmaker performs his or her oversight responsibility, he or she will ensure that what should be done will be done. We are there as the almost like the watchmen, leaders, showing their activities, what they do, how they should conduct themselves. All of those things is our job at the movement to ensure that our leaders feet are kept to the fire and they do what they ought to do as leaders of our district and our various communities.
Okay, so they are under the full obligation to do what they were given the mandate to do. So that was the voice of Gabriel Slover, who is the Secretary General of the movement. So we come back to the chairperson, Mr. Sekou. How do you intend to redeem District number 13 as a movement?
Uh, Basically, we, like my SG regularly in tune, we have a moral responsibility as young people in society to ensure that we leave an indelible mark, a mark that will be remembered for as a movement that seeks to redeem the people of District number 13 or that seeks to ensure that better leadership is provided. We have barometers that we consider as our working tools in order to track the workings of the lawmaker. For instance, I'll be using district data as a case study because this is where the movement, intends to ensure transparency and accountability, is all of the day. For instance, we have a lawmaker in District 13, and as per the movement own record, the lawmaker in the district has only been able to provide one district report that was in somewhere around 2018, 2019, and that has been captured already on our program. And then going forward, we also intend to sensitize the people of District 13 going forward in terms of I will move towards 20 October rather, and then we're going to ensure that those who will be vying for public office in the district are people who have impeccable character, are people who have the moral rectitude, who have the moral ground, are people who have proven track record in leadership. So we also intend as a movement to ensure that we carry on massive sensitization and massive awareness in order to have our population informed because we have a high level of illiteracy rate in our country. So most often our people do not really understand who should be the leader or who they want. So as a result, when during electionary period, politicians go to them and give them campaign in exchange of their vote. And when these things happen, it undermines democracy and good governance. It undermines development in the district. So as a movement, we intend to ensure our people are adequately informed with respect to who they should vote for or who should be their leader. So if that sensitization is carried out and ensure people have the requisite information that will help them make the right decision, I think at that level, the movement will have something to boast or the movement will achieve in that regard. Because if they are informed, for instance, can the LYZ, what is his platform? What do he offer? What does he bring to the table? So we have boundaries as our guide to ensure that the right person, is projected in the district. Because, like I said, our sequence and most important focus, Mohammed, is to ensure that the people in the district are adequately informed about who should be the representative. Because the district made a mistake in 2020, in 2018, rather, by electing what we now consider as a catastrophe in the district. So as a result, we don't want a repeat of what happened in 2018. So in as much as we as a movement, we're in the district, we are on a more obligation to ensure that they are adequately informed so that the mistakes that were made in 2018 cannot be made in 2020.
You as a chairperson, you spoke of the district making a catastrophic decision by electing representative at a firm. So if you were to project, what would be your projection in terms of those who are vying for the representative district 13?
Aside from the current or the outgoing lawmaker that I usually call him, those who will be coming to the fray or to the limelight are people who should have. The first thing is the current lawmaker did not even tell us why he wanted to be represented, right? So as a result, he did not or expect anything from him, or he has not done anything in that regard. So coming to 2023 October, those who will be vying for that office should be people who have tangible or who have a track record that the district can look at and say, yes. But as I said, I'm not going to call an individual. So I'm going to leave it open because me.
No, but people are going to be looking up to you.
Yeah, we're going to absolutely. We're going to take a side, right? We're going to take a side in this debate.
So who is it?
So we're going to take a side going forward.
So
but now we want to focus on our utmost objective now.
It seems to be like a size for Kanneh.
No. I have no affiliation with the Party. So
you don't really necessarily have to have an affiliation with the Party.
Fairly speaking, I do not intend to support. I have not even made that decision.
But you intend on supporting another person.
Sure.
Princess Kanneh can be preferable for that.
As I said, no, I have not derived that decision to support.
Okay, so let's move to the SG. Honorable Secretary General, your institution is basically seen as the people in the district can be redeemed. And in the words of the chairman, when he said the people make a catastrophic decision by electing the lawmaker to the representative seat. So you as a Secretary General, they said that you people intend is just about politically redeeming district number 13, where we have recent information coming from the Liberia National Police, where your institute now come out to speak to that.
Mohammed, I think one of the ways we intend to avert the calamity, like my colleague rightly put it, the calamity that has before this district is to engage into what we refer to as civic voter education. And by next month, March, because the National Election Commission has announced that by March 20, the voter registration for phase region. So the movement for the redemption of District 13 will be launching a civic voter education campaign, moving the district, ensuring that our people are well informed, are educated about why they should vote and who they should vote for and what kind of person, what kind of leader we need in District 13. Look, many times we vote in this country not knowing who we vote for. Some of us vote for T-shirts, sometimes we vote for bearers, we vote for bag of rice, we vote for $10, $20, and then we think that it is auto just election. But it goes beyond that. So this movement, we're not just coming to say, oh, this person is not right now, but we ensure that our, because there's a saying that says when the society is informed, they make right decision. But because of lack of information, most times we vote wrongly. That we have today in this district 13. I think it was a mistake on the part of our people to have elected the current representative that we have today. But again, we can still turn that around. The only way we can do that by redeeming the district is first they provide the information to our people. And the next thing is to ensure that we give them direction. Because in revolution, if you are launching a revolution, you who is launching a revolution, you gotta decide, you gotta provide direction for people. You gotta leave the people in oblivion to say, oh, you'll go anywhere you want to go. Then it means you're not a good director, you're not a good leader. As a good leader, your job is to ensure that direction is provided for the people. So that my colleague said, we will take a side. That be sincere, we will take a side, we'll tell our people, because as we move to October, there are a lot of things that are being into consideration. Number one, we look at your track record, your character, number one. We look at the history of service in the district. How have you been able to serve this day? What are some of your workings? What are some? We'll do background check.
Well, the lawmaker has been in the district electrifying sports fields within the district. So why would he say you're not doing much?
So, Mohammed, the last time I went to battery factory where the Chinese are mining the sand, and then I asked some questions as to how are the money for social development fund are given or are expended. I was informed that some portion of the money was usually given to the lawmaker. Some were given to the communities that were affected, in those operation area of the Chinese company. And what we have done is that monies that come to the district through social development fund are not really being seen. The impact are not being felt. For example, you have the Chinese company right in battery factory. In fact, that same road that the Chinese company used that trucks to pass, the lawmaker lives at the back of that place. So every rainy season time, you see that what have been the lawmaker oversight road to ensure that the Chinese people who are mining sand to recondition the road in a way that durable, not just the kind of path. Usually during rainy season, you go to battery factory road, they mud. Sometimes the people who sell on the roadside, they are affected. The lawmaker has a car. He don't walk, he rides a car from a house to the Capitol building. What wrong with other people? Or what happens to those who don't have car? Who want a mud to go to school, to go to the brown market to go to work? What happens to them? You think if the lawmaker are very serious and on the back of the Chinese to ensure that road was paved, anyway, with cement pavement or let's say with quota, don't you think the people in that place will be happy with the lawmaker? But the lawmaker is only comfortable with the kickback he gets from the Chinese company, and then some of the fees or some of the money he gets on a weekend and from the company, he feels comfortable. So our concern now as the movement for the redemption of the 13, we are calling on, in fact, the last time we wrote the Chinese company, asking them to tell us how is the social development fund being used in this community, in battery factory community, where they're operating. And they told us that the community leaders, usually every Saturday or I think every last Saturday, some amount of money is given to the community, the affected community, and some goes to the lawmaker himself. So what wrong with we did not come in the studio to guess. Everything, every statement we made, we should be held accountable. I'm not saying, somebody say, I'm saying we wrote the company, to inquire from the company, how is the money, the social development fund being spent in the community, in the district. If you go to the JW community, this community lawmaker started a little bridge, connecting the W community called the Judy Bryan Bridge. Since 2019, that project, and we have been hearing that he's waiting for campaign to start again so that he can cajole the people. And we don't want the kind of leaders in the society. If you want to help the people, help them. Don't do it for political reasons. Even though we know he's a politician, but sometimes you gotta be sincere. Being a politician doesn't mean you should always lie to the people or to be deceptive. Sometimes you gotta be honest with the people. If you want to help people, help them. But our current lawmaker that we have now, that's why those who want to replace him, because we know he's outgoing, he doesn't come. So those who want to replace him now, we are ensuring that the right people come to leadership.
Okay.
We don't want to make the same mistake. We don't repeat the same mistake we made in 2018. Current lawmaker. That's why we said to you, we'll engage with the civic voter education. We'll educate our people how to vote. We'll tell them who to vote for, and we'll ensure that we provide adequate direction for them as to where to go in terms of the casting of the ballot on October 10th. We'll not sit back. We'll not play the backbench. We'll be very active in this election. We'll be very, very active. If anyone think that the movement for the return of the 13 will just sit and just talk. No, we'll go in all communities in the 13. The 13 has around 38 communities. We'll go to all the communities. We'll have meetings with the people in the community. We'll engage the people. We'll educate the people. We'll do everything we have to do in our might and our power to ensure that our people are well informed, they are well educated to know how to vote and who to vote for. So we can avert the error. We made it into the calamity that is
About the three cardinal responsibility of the lawmaker, ranging from oversight, representations, and that of lawmaking. Can you pinpoint at some of or some key areas that you can applaud the current lawmaker in terms of exercising his power?
the lawmaker, if I were to appreciate the lawmaker, I will appreciate the lawmaker for living a luxurious life, because the life the lawmaker lives now, even when you are involved into there are allegations that he's involved into illicit drug activity, but even if that is true, but the life he's living now, the lawmaker task that he didn't ride before becoming a lawmaker. The lawmaker now, I think you can see his morphology, it has expanded. So if I was to appreciate him, I would appreciate him for the expansion in his body size. He's more fat now. While the people in the district are dry, he's eating regularly. While the people in the district are not eating regularly, he's riding a luxurious car. He lives in a house that has air condition. He rides a car with air condition. While our people walk in the sun, he rides on the road that is muddy. So we appreciate him for that.
But someone could say that should not be an essence of for the lawmaker not to ride.
No, it is an essence. It is an essence. If you study history, my brother, let me give you a case study of Upper Volta, Burkina Faso, that is now called Burkina Faso. When Thomas Sankara took power, he introduced what we call the Popo agenda. Now it won't happen in abroad now on the CDC. But the Popo agenda in Burkina Faso was the real Popo agenda, where he saw lawmakers, he saw government living a life as compared to the ordinary citizens, where lawmakers and ministers were giving cheap cars, less expensive cars, where lawmakers themselves were turning their cars over so that they can get cheaper cars. But today, our lawmaker having the district, he takes pride, in living luxury.
But the lawmaker could say, if you ask him, the lawmaker could tell you, yeah, I am a certain lawmaker, but then at the end of the month, I get my money out. They kind of right.
How much he makes as a lawmaker? That's what my colleague says. Since he took over,
It's possible that he take loan from the
if the
bank.
lawmaker was
It's possible that he
consistent,
take loan
if
from
the
the bank.
lawmaker, Mohammed, if the lawmaker was consistent in presenting report, legislative report, some of the things he's doing or some of the things he has said, he will not do it because we'll checkmate him. But the lawmaker, since taking over as representative, presented one legislative report, one.
And then
So
you
what
and
happened?
then now this bring me to a question to ask you now. You see, I said the lawmaker took over. He made one district report to you.
Sure.
You as a pressure grouping within the district, you haven't come out to the public space to the lawmaker to checkmate him, to tell him, Mr. Flomo, you have district report. It is something that is constitutional. It is a constitutional mandate.
We're not fully responsible to that.
We have had series of appearances on various others, except that we did not come here, but we have done press conferences. We have been on all of stations. We went Banner FM, we went Shikon FM. The last time we were on the OK Morning Rush, we were on T15 and all of the stations. This is a very issue. But I just an addendum to with respect to the question asked by Lyndon. We have three responsibilities for lawmaker, right?
Mhm.
Oversight, lawmaking, representation. So if you do an analysis of the time that our lawmaker has spent in the capital building, you will realize, Mohammed, that lawmaking has not to profit any law. There's no way to show that whatever Flomo have presented in a bill on the floor of the House of Representatives. There's no record to show that. So in terms of representation, he has not been able to represent the people fully. Oversight, zero. All the three responsibilities have not been achieved on his as representative of the district. More especially the last time I checked, it was so comical and hilarious when I heard a lawmaker say that he would take me to court. Can you imagine a lawmaker talking about taking responsibility legally, to summon the company, in plan and deal with them there. But instead he said he would take it to court. it tells you that he doesn't even understand his function as a lawmaker. Because the first thing, before becoming a lawmaker, you must understand what are your responsibilities. So if you don't understand your responsibility, how do you expect to represent the people? So under these three responsibilities, he has not been able to perform any of these responsibilities. He has failed miserably in oversight election. Oversight is poor, no oversight, no representation, and he has not made any law. The last time there have been no history to show. I have a media background, right? I called legislator, most of the time when I was a high FM. There have been no time that whoever from even raised a hearing plan on critical national issues. When have you heard him speak on critical national issues affecting the district?
Why don't you transfer all of these things you are saying? These are all good things. Why don't you transfer these things into the district council? We have a
district council is being compromised.
District development council.
The district council. Who started the district council? Who set up it? They've been compromised. Most of the council comprised of your community chairpersons, right? Mm-hmm. So that person are in the pocket of a lawmaker. So they're not independent. How can I go to a body that's not independent? We won't do that, Mohammed. We won't do that independent. The last time I checked, all the 38 community chairpersons were at the House of Representatives. They have not been able wanted to even question that. They have not even questioned some of his dealings. So all these people have been compromised. We are interested in the ordinary masses. The ordinary masses are the ones that we go after because these people have compromised their integrity as elder of the district. Sorry to say, but the hard reality, I'm saying this, Mohammed. So the point that we're making here is that the lawmaker that we have, that is in our hand now, that the ongoing lawmaker is the worst thing that all happened to the district number 13. The last time I sent the issue of the jobs, when in district 13, did the lawmaker ever speak on that?
No, but
you are
expressing also for an institution. Did you speak about it? Did you speak on that?
Like I said, we
make a couple of appearances. We have been talking on this thing, but
we did not see your question.
So the next time we request for the press conferences, will be invited. Except that we said we didn't invite people, but when the job took place, there was a press conference at the New Jersey, somewhere around the New Jersey there, right? Yeah. We were somewhat feeding the
What was your message in that press statement? What was your message?
Our message was that the lawmaker should give his position. Where does he stand on this? Because it happened in our district, so he should have a position as a lawmaker. He is the political leader of the. So if such grave issues that are boilers, on the integrity of the district as well comes up, the lawmaker is under obligation to speak to the district and give his position as the political leader. He did not say anything on that. So how do you expect us to take such positions? You know what I'm saying? You talk about the lawmaker doing few like projects.
That is another thing that he is contributing back to the district.
Be applauded for.
Okay.
So if you look at that and really let me.
Those projects are cosmetic.
How is it cosmetic? Because these are things that provide.
Don't lie with that book. Is that for important? Don't lie to what? Let me get the history of that. Like, there's a warehouse currently on the ground of the CCA color. There's a warehouse. Those lights are parked there. For example, if you're a lawmaker from district A, you go to Molu and talk to Molu, and Molu, you have changed some notes, and Molu gave you feel like Kevin the community. If are promoting, the CDC, but those projects are being taken to places. For example, do you know that those projects have been selected? They have been selected in distributing those projects. That project in certain places. If the lawmaker believe that your district did not supporting that project will not be taken there. Is project across the district? No, it's not across the district. Right in the backyard of the lawmaker, right? One of the communities that supported him, Blackie Island, do they have light there? No, even the bridge that connects directly Blackie Island to Giro Island, so we're factory there. That has been called for years. The lawmaker has not made any intervention. You understand? So this is the biggest catastrophe that ever hit the district, and we are resolved as a movement to ensure that he's removed.
Let me cut from the other side that it's not there line. Why don't you guys take on another struggle that our district, most especially the Chocolate City Junction, is a serious threat to people who live around there during the night hour. Why don't you take that struggle also to see how best you can redeem district number 13 from the cycle of
Using the
people being,
security perspective.
yeah, using the security.
I think that's a very
perspective for people being
that's a very
harassed.
good concern, Mohammed. Lyndon, I think you guys are asking very salient questions. But our movement is not just engaged into political activities. The last time we visited the Chocolate City Clinic, we were informed by the nurses there. Yes. And one of the major challenges that they had was the issue of electricity. There was no electricity. So through our own advocacy, we secured a 25 kg generator that is currently being used by that clinic. Somebody who also lives in the district, they generator through our lobby, through our advocacy, we made a presentation to the Chocolate City Clinic today. That clinic is benefiting. They are currently using it. If you think we are lying, after the show, you can even make a call or pay a visit to the clinic. And then
You said,
we through this movement today they have a 25 kg generator. Next to that, they had an issue with the bridge that connects Chocolate City and the Snow Hill community. There was some court, there was some issue of rehabilitation. Through our power, also through our power, we were able to ensure that that bridge today has been reconditioned. Today, if you go there, that bridge has been reconditioned. If you go at the Sapoya Ninja Junction,
it seems to be like you want to be a representative.
no, I don't want to be. I don't want to be a representative.
It seems to be that simple is supposed to be the block.
No, I don't want to.
All these things you are talking providing go connectivity and that.
It was not us that did it. We advocated for
No,
it.
but that's how you
And
people come
did
to
it.
the scene, and
Okay.
that's how you people come to the
If you
scene.
go currently at
It
the
seems to be
Ninja
like
Junction,
it seems to be like very soon.
we don't have
start
intention
seeing-
of contesting.
No,
It's
but
just that
if the
our
people
quest,
petition
our
you,
quest
you
is to
wanna
see the
contest.
district redeemed. That's our quest.
Yeah, but through you,
You
the
know,
district can be redeemed.
No,
You
through
have
the right
you have
people,
safe
through
routes.
the right
Gonna be-
people, this district can be redeemed. No, if you go at Ninja Junction, there's a community called Sapoya. Usually, people used to toilet in a plastic and throw it away. And we saw that it was creating what we call health hazard for the community dwellers, serious pollution. But through this movement, we were able to ensure that a 6-room toilet bathroom has been constructed in a Sapoya. That today, that olden day way of doing things where you are in the bush and use plastic is no more today in the Sapoya. We did not just stop there. If you go at the Ninja Junction market, the people who have issue with drainage, the place they get flooded. So what we did also, we lobbied with some of our friends in the district, with some humanitarian in the district, and today there's a modern drainage system being constructed at the Ninja Junction market. You go there, the evidence are very visible there. So it's not there about engaging into political combativity, no. But we also engage into humanitarian works, ensure that we advocate for our people when there are challenges. After this show, we are going to engage again with the Chinese company in Battlefield. The road, our focus is the Battlefield road. This road during rainy season, our people go through a lot of hell, and we feel pity for them. Every time we see students walking in the mud, market women walking in the mud, people going to work, they take off their shoes, walk in the mud, you come on the road, you wash your feet, then you wear your shoes. It is embarrassing. So we are going to engage the Chinese company and to ensure that the road is reconditioned. At least let it be durable. Even if you cannot put quota, at least put maybe cross rack or put cement. That will be our advocacy
One
from the movement angle.
could applaud you for the work being done so far, especially in educating the people and mounting pressures on the relevant authorities to commit themselves to the very tasks that they should have committed themselves to all. But not yet. One could also say that you are trying to reinvent yourself and subsequently fill your candidate under the independent ticket.
No, Lyndon, that's a misconception. We have no intention. My colleague Sigwe and I, we have no intention. We are not saying that we want to contest. We don't have any intention to contest. Let's be on record. What we are saying is not. It does not mean that we want to run. No, even if we come to run, we are not saying our own advocacy. We are under the banner of the movement for the redemption of District 13. It's not us. It's not about us. It's about our people who can better deliver this district. Now the current law because the current law has failed the district.
I've seen
So we need an alternative.
We have seen
We
a lot of
conservative.
we have seen a lot of people who champion the cause within this country for a lot of reasons.
Yeah, subsequently,
Yeah, I know.
as politicians.
I know, yeah, happened so
So it
much.
seems to be like
No,
that
no,
is
it's not the
guys are
part.
trending on.
No,
About honestly speaking, we don't
The
have.
last time we saw one of you at the election commission office.
The apparently
Why
want
would they do
to do other work, you know. We have other police, we have friends there, you know.
yeah.
Visit,
To get a clear information
No,
on registration process.
No, not so, Mohammed, not so. I don't know which oil you saw there, Mohammed. We don't know what you saw there. You have no intent to contest.
back to the
No, but you guys are all brilliant young men. Why not?
But
No.
for me, that would not be a crime. You know, the law have the responsibility for me and my colleague who reach the requirement to even contest. So if we were to contest, that would not be an issue. But as it stands, we have no intention to contest now.
But
Maybe in the future, who knows? You can
but Sekou, this is it. This is something that you guys will be engaged with. That people will ask you. Sekou Sekou is supporting Mr. Amos Dawia, who is a representative. Exactly. And then someone will ask you. Someone will ask you that question.
for instance.
No, I'm not going to use my
So you
instance.
don't definitive.
Oh.
Definitive, or you are giving scenario. Or what?
Because there are all numerous occasions that you are in a close alignment with Mr. Amos.
But that's where.
Okay. We will take that for instance.
Okay.
Okay, we'll take that face value. Now there's
I don't know why should they whatever the issues is. I don't know.
there's this issue that people are running around issue number 13 that you are an astute supporter of Mr. Amos Dawia, and then you have formed an institution called Movement for the Redemption of District number 13.
Okay.
Do you really think people are going to buy into the messages you're going to be carrying on there as a chairperson for this movement?
First of all, let's look at the timing. When was the movement established?
And we
Like I
should
said,
also look at the
into-
face. We should also be looking at the face. That's why we are looking at the time, but we should also be looking at who are those.
Who are those with the ideas?
Started far back before even the 2020 election or the Ottawa pool. So this movement has been involved into advocacy. So the movement is not being compromised in any way. Like I said to you, we are political actors as well. So we have to decide, you know, in that position. We'll be firm.
And your side going to be the
So,
CDC because you once upon a time supported the CDC candidate in the by-election.
I used to be,
Your side
I
will
used to be an
the
executive of the youth league.
CDC. I think once a citizen is always a citizen.
I was a well-known citizen in the district.
But you will still support your own.
Who was that?
The one that the party going to bring.
The last time I checked, in 2019, when I appeared on the Costa show, rap was thrown over my house, and I was chased at the junction, and from that day forward, I've never ever associated with the CDC. So I don't know where that record is coming from, but going forward, interestingly, actually, I used to be a member of the CDC, but the CDC and I don't have anything in common. I have not made a decision whether I will support the CDC candidate, even for the presidency or for the representative election. No, I have not made a determination. I don't think looking at things from a broader perspective in terms of the way things are unfolding in the country, I'm not sure my chances of supporting the CDC is as thin as a needle.
Is this your disalignment with the CDC as you are talking about? Is it being backed by any communication to prove a point that I have suspended my affiliation with CDC for a certain number of time? Do you have any communication that you have submitted to some hierarchies within the CDC?
You know, when I appear on this platform, I don't like to delve into my history with the CDC because I have a long running history with the CDC. But for the sake of the discourse and the question, I will be respond to that. On the Costa show in 2019, I think the video is on the SoundCloud page of the Costa show. You can go there and watch some of the things said on faithful day of 2019 on Friday. So after I appeared on the show, and my appearance was basically to highlight some of the things that are happening in government, you know, because things were not going right. So as a realist, because what I did initially was to discuss these issues with several times. We discussed with them and no here, no there. We been resolving the issue. So I thought it was to come public. Since they were not listening behind closed door, I came public. After my appearance on the Costa show, the city had a press conference. Well, I think it was one of the first time for the city to call a press conference on Saturday. The press conference was here, and it did not. My membership, I think on the city in the public, they say it was not true. At a certain point in time, they shut themselves in the left. They said, "Oh, the member was suspended." While the party was having the press conference, the youth league on the side was also having another press conference, suspending me from the leadership. So you could see the contradiction there.
Yeah.
But fast forward, and it has nothing to do with my. I'm cool, I don't have any issue with the CDC. They can go ahead. The constitution like people pass everyone the right to support what they want to support. So for all of insolence, I believe in a debate-based discussion. I don't go to look at all of that. So my disassociation with the CDC has nothing to do, with my current stance in the district, and what have you. Even the person who is calling the CDC, quote unquote, with the presumptive candidate, or who will be candidate of the CDC in the was who go against the CDC. He did not support the CDC. He was a reactionary. He went against the party norms. But today, the party sees him because he won election. The party sees as somebody who can support who they want his support. You understand? But basically, we are here, even though these are part of the discussion, but basically we are here to ensure that District 13 is redeemed, that District 13 is delivered, that this nightmare of a representative is removed in 2023, and that's a whole lot of good aspiring coming to real. For instance, and the government in the young party, they should not I can this one immense the world, impact the young people. See what he see the setup, yeah. And I have done, a fantabulous pieces of job in the District 13. So these are people that the district can look at, not necessarily apparently the person that I support. But what we want is a better District 13.
Okay. Even though you are here, as you rightly stated, your movement was concentrated on mounting pressures on those who are responsible to bring the anticipated change to our, to every spectrum of our district. But I would love for us to just chit chat and so that you can be able to, because by virtue of your position, as the chairman of the movement for redemptions in this, you are an opinion leader.
Sure.
Because of your advocacies and your involvement particularly.
Sure.
So where do you stand as the nation move towards the presidential race? Where do you stand? Where do people expect you to pledge their support in the interest of our country, Liberia?
Okay, that is an interesting question. I always say this to people. It is often said that we young people, we are being referred to as the mitochondria of society. We are the bedrock, we are the nucleus of society. So whatever we do as young people, we have a reflection, whether negative or positive, on the country. So I've always encouraged young people to be very steadfast, to have some level of integrity, to ensure that we protect the democracy. But if Liberia is to make any progress, that progress quite lies in the hands of the young people. So it is incumbent upon us, all young people across the wavelength of Liberia, to ensure that as we move towards 2023, our goal should be ensuring that our democracy is sustained.
I would love for you to just just hit the hammer on the nail and tell me who are you supporting
in 2023 at the moment.
2023 election. Just hit in one nutshell. Just hit the hammer on the head.
I think if you got me right, I said, in as much my chances are very slim supporting the Wilderness Assignment, it means that most likely I will support somebody from the opposition. But I have not finally, a discussion has on way. I have not finally made a conclusion or a determination on who I will support. But discussions I have with, so as it stands, I cannot let the cat out of the bag now. But in subsequent time, on the particular platform, we'll come here and we'll make the argument.
All right, so we will take a short break, and then as soon as we take our break, we come back. We will go straight down our section. We're going to be taking questions from those who we will play you a video asset from the lawmaker where he was distributing $2 million dollars to people, and then we get you guys comment on that.
Money laundering.
Focal TV. Bringing you innovation to broadcasting, news, views, comments, and analysis of issues happening in Liberia and the rest of the world. Focal TV. With check and balance, we break it as it unfolds. Focal TV. Bringing you face to face with newsmakers in town. Focal TV. The best online platform in broadcasting. Focal TV, located at Topo Village, Somalia Drive, Liberia. Be the part and experience the best in online broadcasting. Keep focal.
Got me singing, oops, my baby. You woke up in my bed, we broke up.
Eastside District.
Another passenger received 5,000 cash. You can see the process. It is transparent. You present ticket, you get a cash.
Happiness, how you feel as a woman in this district and seeing women. And according to her, this is the best lawmaker the district has ever had. Wow. For everyone, Papi Flobo, you saw is presiding over the distribution. Ensuring that accountability and transparency remain the hallmark of his distribution. So no ticket, no money.
No ticket, no money.
Yeah, voice, and then you see the action there when he said the process is transparent. He is distributing money to people within it. So what does you guys think about that? How many people already see that? Something good to if he should be changing the mindset of distributing money to people. What that?
The first thing, the action or attitude exhibited by the lawmaker clearly tells you that he's not fit to be a lawmaker. Where in the world have you seen a lawmaker distributing money to his constituents in the tune of 2 million? In the tune of 2 million. That is equivalent to money laundering. That's money laundering. You cannot. Why should you carry $2 million with him?
But one could argue that that is another way to empower the people in the midst of the prevailing hardship in the country.
Okay. So by giving them money, right? There's a law on money laundering and terrorist financing. That man could be held for money laundering. $2 million. One of the charges that the U.S. government had against Nathan Maggie was money laundering, right? Because Maggie was found, but Maggie was in the habit of carrying money around.
But the lawyer could say he's providing empowerment for the people within the district.
There are laws on how people spend money or how much money people carry in like people. There are laws on the book. The FIU have a law on that, right? So for the law because to be, the first thing is that for me, I see that as independent to even live on Facebook, to allow people to carry live where distributed $2 million as a law because this may only depends on money to win election.
Do you think
That money could be used to empower, could be used to undertake projects. If, for example, he could go. Do you know how many unpaid school fees? Do you know how many schools that currently the lawmaker has not paid? You have scholarship scheme there. Even I call it school free battery rare. The last time I checked, the principal was complaining. They sent some of his students home. Various schools in the district, students have been sent home. Students who couldn't be on the wall of the law, who couldn't be on the scholarship scheme of the lawmaker have been sent home. Those money could be spread across the district to even empower, to even to pay the fees of our brothers and sisters. Instead of money I've been given to people who are in a circle.
Okay, so cool. Let's hear from the Secretary General. Honorable Secretary General, on the action you just witnessed from the lawmaker not too long, do you think the electors going to re-elect Mr. Fu?
I think Mr. Fumo is trying to use the ignorance of our people, to rile on them. Mr. Fumo knows that they who are our leaders have been able to make our people poor. So if you read it for the age of power, reading my Robert Green, one of the laws says that the leader, what you do is that keep the people poor. When you keep them poor, they will come to you to beg you for everything. As long as they keep
Do you
coming to
think
you
that
to
is
beg you,
that's
that's
what
that's the law you use on the people. When they keep coming to you to beg you for everything, once you control their stomach, because the Bible is clear that the Bible says he who controls the stomach controls the mind. Once the people keep coming to you for support, for help, you will control them. When you say vote for me, they will vote for you. I think that's the method the current lawmaker is doing, but that method we will expose him and will ensure that, I said, the issue of the civic voter education is a priority to us as a movement. Because if our people are educated, if they are informed, well informed about the workings of a lawmaker and what, we went to the Willing Give my colleague, we saw students standing up, no chairs. You are distributing 2 million. Don't you think 2 million can purchase over maybe 200 or 300?
Let me say it is a personal money.
The other day at the New Georgia Estate Clinic, the nurses they have problem with the issue of drug, common drug like the paracetamol, chloroquine, and other tablets. It was not available. So in London, it's been seen on live video distributing money. The Macaulay said, in fact, the lawmaker he's even violating the financial intelligence unit law, the FIU law. How can a lawmaker be carrying 2 million around in bag? You should be investigated because it is not something that you should be doing. You don't be doing it. If you want to distribute money, you do it through the community leaders. But you, the lawmaker, you sit down with money.
Let me say it is a personal money.
Then, no, how do you know it is a personal? It is only investigated when you don't know it is personal money. Only what if it is drug money, or what if the money is from other sources.
Okay, so we are a bit pressed with time, so we just run quickly into our comment section. I think if you are viewing the stream, you will see all of the questions in the comment section there.
Okay.
So we first go to Caroline Harris. She's monitoring from 13 Sample A committee. Question 1: how do you grade our current lawmaker? I don't know.
In terms of percentage, last time the IREC, the Institute of Research and Democratic Development, IREC, came out with a legislative report, a scorecard, and they graded our lawmaker F.
So
in my own grading, I will grade F plus.
As a Secretary General of the movement,
I will grade F plus. It's called F.
Mr. Chairman, what's up?
That's the position of the movement.
It's called F.
So once the Secretary General speak?
No, there's a position of the movement. Not me. It's not my position.
Not his position, but the position of the movement. You have been approved by me already.
Yeah, it is a position of the movement. It's not mine. The movement is. Who are we to say no? Already has graded in F.
Okay, then we have Tiwa Tamason. He say I'm following from Sambo A community district number 13. If you have time to meet Honorable Flomo, what will be your message to him? We'll first start with the chairman.
If I was opportune to meet him, like I've been requested several times, I declined. I would only encourage him to not contest in October.
When they may have unfinished job?
What unfinished job? The men do not have a job again. So my response to that question should go and sit and allow our district to progress.
Why in case we appeal to you?
And appealing to me is like appealing to the consciences of the people, because what we do here is not for our own for our own self-aggrandizement. It's meant to ensure that the people of the district live a more decent life. So I cannot compromise the interest of the district because or somebody appealed to me or somebody gave me money. That means that money have been over, call have been made and we declare. So this is not about what we can achieve ourselves.
Okay, so Honorable Secretary General, just in case that you have been caught in the absence of the chairperson, then it's a political time.
Mohammed, the thing is not about what I'm called.
No,
The
but
first thing-
you are an
The
individual.
first thing, there's a movement.
In fact, the man
we do
maybe
not work
I'm
in
coming now, I'm
isolation.
coming. In fact, the first thing is the man going to be thinking out. Once I get the Secretary General, he knows the institution. So let me first try to lay my hands on the Secretary General of the institution.
The first thing, we do not work in isolation. This is a movement. This is a team. So even if you call me in and
Or
out,
you can have a disagreement with the chairman.
no, my chairman must say I never had any disagreement. We have issues. Our issues are administrative.
There are
We
some
have
disagreements.
administrative issues. But in terms of the movement, we have one voice.
But there are some disagreements along
We
the
have
way.
one voice.
There are
That's why I
some-
say our disagreement are administrative.
That is what I'm saying to you.
Yeah.
That is what I'm asking you now. There are some
If
disagreements.
the
along the way.
lawmaker calls me, I will tell him plain blank that Mr. Lawmaker, you have failed the people. It is time that you exit because going to election to waste of resources.
With options being given to you,
It will be a waste of
you
resources.
become-
So it better you manage your little resources that you have accrued over the years
With-
and
with-
invest it in something
with
something better.
with options be
Such
given
as
you, with options
such
be given-
as
no, with options be given you, will you decline?
option such as is it option such
There
as
are a lot of things that could be
There are a lot
an
of
option.
options, or perhaps a more a more resolving alternative
my
to
brother.
incorporate
My,
you
my quest
and
and the quest of this movement is to ensure that this current lawmaker is
You serving as a
then
secretary
be
general.
replaced
You
by
serving
a
as a
more
secretary.
responsible.
You serving
and
as a secretary
district.
general. You serving as a secretary general of the movement. Why in case the lawmaker reach out to you and tell you, my man, this is a give and take. We have a bilateral agreement that we give,
Mohammed.
I give, and then after I goes back to the representative position, I have the position of the special assistant for you, where you decline.
What will be happening is that the lawmaker, it will be an insult to my intelligence. Even if the lawmaker says that to me, it will be an insult to my intelligence because the first thing, I don't need anything with the lawmaker.
He will give you a.
I don't need anything with the lawmaker.
What do you
I'm
make
not
of
speaking
for
for myself.
job?
I'm not, look, my brother, I don't need a job or office before I talk.
Okay, I will appoint you to foreign affairs ministries. I will
One
see how
day.
best to send a recommendation there.
You have our colleagues who supported this lawmaker, my colleague Razak Kanneh, Eric Pala calling, they were with him. Where are they today? He has done if let me call them.
These are
Come
individual
there.
Those who have been abandoned. Do you know how many
there.
persons supported this lawmaker that today they are disenchanted with him?
Okay,
So
so
I don't need a job. Let's give it to one of you support us who have been supporting him.
all right, so let's
Our
move
point is
to-
to have him removed as a representative and replaced by somebody mature and responsible.
Okay, so
Yeah.
your question is to remove him and see how best to replace him with someone
Mature and responsible.
and responsible. So the next question here is, Mustama Senior, what is your message to people wanting to become lawmaker? Anyone?
Yeah, message those who are aspiring to be lawmaker is that first thing to be a lawmaker, you must know the function of a lawmaker. Like today, he doesn't know his function. So the last time we heard this lawmaker, it was when he told Representative Yaka Korba that if you insult the president, I will insult you. Is that what you were elected for?
But the lawmaker was seen at the Capitol in the joint chamber just on
The lawmaker can be in
on
session, he
Monday-
doesn't raise his hand.
just on Monday attending.
Yes, it's a legislative function. Yes, it is a legislative function to attend the state of the nation and dread. But even in plenary, he doesn't raise his hand. So what impact did he make? When he went to correct the number, because usually there should be quorum before the president will speak. There
He has
should be quorum.
he has
So he only added the number out to make quorum for the president to come and speak. But even during that regular session days, the Lord cannot even raise a hand to be asked or say anything in plenary. He only says there after section, he gets in an air conditioned car and goes home. He does nothing. Every weekend he goes to the same beach there, collect money from the Chinese people, go to Britain, the paint factory, collect money from the people. 20,000 to each of the local months. Has not told us what he has done with the 20,000 for District 13. I mean, China Union.
The next question here is, who do you support or intend of supporting based upon? I don't really know what Emo is trying to say. Who do you support or intend of support?
Who the movement, like we said, will not play a backbench role, will be involved, will be very, very active in these processes. And like we said, we'll provide direction, we'll take a side. But for now, we are engaging the process. In fact, we are tracking the activities of aspirants, including Andy Boblet. Andy Boblet is one of the funniest sons of the district. So he too has some.
Focal TV. Bringing you innovation to broadcasting, news, views, comments, and analysis of issues happening in Liberia and the rest of the world. Focal TV. With check and balance, we bring it as it unfolds. Focal TV. Bringing you face to face with newsmakers in town. Focal TV. The best online platform in broadcasting. Focal TV, located at Topo Village, Somalia Drive, Liberia. Be the part and experience the best in online broadcasting. Keep focal.
Got me singing, oops, my baby. You woke up in my bed, in my face. We broke up.
Basically support the person or champion to support the person ahead of 2023. What sort of person, what sort of character do you really
So somebody with a very clean track record. Your history of service matters a lot. For example, you cannot support somebody who have a history of dealing drugs. You cannot support somebody who has a history of damaging the young people. You see, like one of the questions asked Chocolate City Junction, why is it criminals? One of the reasons why criminals are all running there is because of drug. They do a job. So what we'll be looking for in killing this or expiring is that number one, you should be a feminine man. You should be very responsible. Not just being responsible, you should be somebody who is very mature. How you deal with issues, how you address issues. We don't want a lot who will be seen in the community, take out a share in the community, just pass it around in the community. You know, just anywhere, just insult, and just say anything you want to say. Say that just take cigar or take boom, just be smoking, We don't want that kind of leader because it embarrasses the residents, the constituents. So we avoid that. So when this election we're going to, we'll be looking for an individual who possesses a clean character, who track record speaks for itself. We don't want somebody who, when you go out, they say, "Oh, your lawmaker is a person or is that person," attributing those negative words to them. We don't want it because it is embarrassing. So this time around, we'll be very careful how we do our selection, and when we are selecting somebody or when we are nominating somebody to be our choice. Like we said, we'll be involved directly, we'll be engaged. We'll take place. So we don't want anybody. You get money. No. Our call is not there for money. We're not going there because you get money. We are going there. We are looking at character, your moral reptitude. That's what we're looking. We'll take into consideration your integrity. If you are someone with integrity, you should be somebody who have moral standing. Not there because you can't dish our money like we saw the lawmaker dish our money. No. If that money, do you know how many lawmaker has called us, has invited us, but we have refused to go to him? Other people will go there and take money. We don't want his money. We don't want anything from him. What we want is that he should exit because he has brought so much disgrace and embarrassment to us as a district residents, and we can no longer bear those disgrace and shame. We want to replace him with a more responsible and mature leader. That's our quest.
After the 12 girls got through with a was, the lawmaker called a party at one of the nightclubs in the district. where students who have sat the test were merit making, drinking alcohol profusely. Is that the type of law that we want? No, we don't want a law. We want a law. He ate it. It was chato.
Chapter 88.
Where
the hospital in Israel does not have job.
I thought
Wheelchairs are given away.
you have organized a symposium, after the wire,
Yeah.
where people will come in and
Brainstorm,
to brainstorm.
Yeah.
Just because we are pressed up with time already, so before we take a partner comment from the both of you, we would like to ask the both of you this last question. Based on the names that are coming up for the representative bid of district number 13, who do you think going to win?
It's almost like I understand, you guys in the media, especially we will have the title of the media, we still want to get something for other somebody, so we have to go back and forth. But like we intimated, initially, there are couples of good, people aspiring for the position. Amos Kid that we are, is a perfect, not perfect person who could replace ever football, provide better leadership. He's a visionary leader. He has, all of the requisite ideas, in qualification to better lead the district. Andy Bopler is a promising young man who has a lot of vision, evident by the setup here, and beyond. I know what he has done in the district. Togba cannot be left out of the metrics. She also a brilliant, woman.
Mr. Shea, Mr. Shea, Just be straight to the point and tell us. Who do you think? We come to the second journal.
People are not able to answer me yes or no question. So
people are looking up to you for direction.
Sure. So we have to provide
Yeah,
an analysis around the question.
This question is it's nothing about providing analysis.
So,
you have to be clear. Forget about Cornella, Chipo, or Andy. Be clear. Andy is well preferable. Andy is the one going to win the election. Chipo is the one going to win the election. Cornella is the one, or Prince or Amos.
I think the basis of my statement tells you that. Let me just conclude on that, and maybe I will tell you what you want to hear from me. You say you don't want to wait for us to officially do this, and you want us to let it out back. So that's a different thing altogether. But like I said, we have brilliant people and people who are visionary in the district who can provide better leadership. Like I named a few of them. Even Gado Kanneh in the estate, she's a brilliant woman. She has vision. She has done a lot of things in the district that you can voice for. Like I said, Amos is one of the person who is high on the agenda in terms of replacing how you call it, ever football, right? Bopler and the length of the other people are people who could provide better leadership. But as a state now, we're going to look at the few individuals that I just named. We're going to look at the few that I just named, and subsequently, I think any one of them can better be the real replace our football. But Amos is high on the agenda, on the list.
What is your own yardstick, or perhaps your system of measurement that you can pinpoint at some of those initiatives that to be one of the top-notch candidates that could basically and subsequently succeed the incumbent lawmaker?
Okay, I will start with Amos, and I'll also name other things that other people.
Yeah, but because you have been equating Amos to the top-notch candidate in almost all of your lists.
Sure, he's high on the agenda. Actually, he's high. The last time I checked, there's a vote that connects June Georgia to Japanese community, the other end. Not your end, right? Not your end, the other end. Amos, made some intervention on that road, and there is also the issue of the junior project. He has been involved into empowering, women. That is there's a group that under the banner, I think, Sustainable Women for Development, who are involved into vocational training. He has one of the largest schemes in district number 13. He has built bridges across the district, even the forum across there, right across the road. It was him who did that forum. The Gil Island road that connects to Chocolate City to Iron Factory, Blackie Island. He did that also. There are a lot of things he has done in the district. And you know, that is just the social aspect, right? But he has the vision to actually lead the district. And he has done well as well. Ghetto constructed a bridge right behind in my backyard. So Ghetto could be considered. Because to have done some more intervention in the district. But like I said, our utmost goal is to ensure that this evil child is not rebirth. It's aborted. The pregnancy is aborted in October. And that pregnancy, that evil pregnancy is ever coming from. So he's
All right, so Representative Flomo is the target. He should be aborted. He's a pregnancy that the
That
people
needs to
should
be
not,
aborted.
evil baby.
that the people should not allow the child to come out.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so we just stay on, and right after that we take a parting comment from the both of you, and then one down the curtain of today's edition of the show, Inside Edition number 13. So viewers following the broadcast wherever you are following us, this is Inside Edition number 13. You are watching live on Focal on TV. Mr. Slobber, the chairman of the movement, he just projected Amos Dawia as a formidable force, as a person who is in a good position, who is in the driving seat to head the district to win the October election, where he might be pronounced by the electorates, because that decision is a decision that lies in the purviews of those who go into the pool in October to elect their leaders. So, do you really agree with what the chairman of the movement just said?
100% agree with chairman. The movement does not have a definitive position as to who they support for now. Like we said, will not be at the back. We'll be very engaged and involved. We'll provide direction for our people at the appropriate time. But for now, there are a lot of people who are on our radar. They have Andy Bropley, is on our consideration. You have Cordino Craft, Togba, she's also on our consideration. You have other people, but Amos is high on top. That's all he's saying, and that's what we are saying. Because if you are ranking people or ranking items, you always have number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4.
See your preference.
So Amos is number 1, and then other people follow. But for the lawmaker, the current lawmaker, no, he's not in our metrics. And what we're saying sure is that in order to provide or in order to redeem District 13, we ourselves need to get involved. We must engage our people. And one of the ways we engage our people is through educating them, informing them about issues they need to know about. So presenting Amos and Son or Amos Dawia is like, amongst the alternatives, who is more prepared now among the alternatives, who is more prepared now to defeat this current calamity that we have over us. So Amos have been ranked number 1.
Okay.
So that's what it's just in the numbering of the experiment. That's what.
All right.
It's just the numbering.
So as you go along the way, maybe Amos could come down to.
That's what I said.
Maybe Amos.
Yeah. That's why I said we are tracking the activities.
So as you go along the process, maybe Amos.
Yeah, I
go into
after ranking now, Amos is number 1.
No, that's what I'm saying. So as we go along in the process,
yes,
Amos.
As we go along in the process,
Amos also.
As we go along in the process,
Amos is sent to relegation zone.
That could be
as it stands.
His value could be
as it stands.
Value as we go along the way.
That's what I said. It's just a matter of ranking.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And so it is possible that another Canadian
in politics, anything is possible, and everything is possible.
Okay, so just give me 1 minute, 10 seconds.
So my final comment further, let me appreciate you, Lyndon and Mohammed. I think you guys are doing extremely well, and let me also appreciate the management of this institution, the Focus Online TV, and Andy Bropley. I want to say thanks so much for the job you are doing. Andy Bropley, as I know him since 2018 during the by-election, I brought this current lawmaker. We've been working with him for the end of the CDC. But he too, you are now fortunate, to be on the ticket of the CDC, and then he too supported the candidate of the CDC at the time. And we all was part of a team, but then we were not fortunate to win the process. But again, Andy Bropley have been working with the young people in the district. He has been very engaged with the young people. He's doing extremely well, and we appreciate him for the level of work done in this district. I think it's one of our consideration as a movement. Andy Bropley Emo and Son, and the Colino Crowd, and the rest of them. They are all on our radar. So we appreciate them and also want to thank you. But then our last message to the lawmaker is that it is time to exit. You cannot do more than your best. You are doing your best. It is time to exit. We cannot continue with the embarrassment that has come upon us. It is time that we find an alternative, a suitable alternative to replace him on October 10, 2023. So that's the position of the movement, and we maintain our position to have the current lawmaker removed from power.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I'm more proud of sitting on having this interview with you guys. Two young Britain, Liberian, as well. Yeah, I'm elated by the brilliant piece of job you are doing here, and I hope you will continue the trajectory. And my final message to the people of the community is that we have to stand up, we have to rise to the occasion, we have to ensure that the pregnancy is aborted, we have to ensure that our district is redeemed, and it can only be redeemed by collectively working together. And if we do that, we will achieve our goal. So want to call on the lawmaker to say to him that one of the viewer asked the question as to my last message to him will be that to encourage him not to contest, because if he dare defy and contest, the end will be disastrous. So he will meet he will meet a very stiff resistance, because the people of the district are no longer fool. They have regained their consciousness. He is a situational lawmaker, and that situation will come to an end in October. So, and we are very proud of you guys. Thanks so much for the invite.
Thank
you.
Thank you so much. We highly appreciate the both of you coming. We want to say thank you for accepting our invitation. We're going to do that as we go to the pool in October of this year.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you as well.
So, Lyndon, that is it. You will have the closer of today.
Uh, we had a very mouth-watering conversation with two brilliant gentlemen, from the movement to redeem the people of District 13. This issue about redeeming. As we transition into this year, 2023 would be the kind of word, a politically active word that we will be hearing consistently.
Sure.
So we will not be, well, the question is that who are those people who are, because in the process of revolution, we need to be very, we need to be very self-conscious of those who embark upon the revolution, those who stage the revolution. These are things that we need to be fully aware of, because politicians will come and go, but I think our beloved district will remain forever, and we must do everything in our power to sensitize the people, and their approaches should be done in a very civil way, because we should always keep the issue of District 13 on our mind. It is back to you, Mohammed, so that maybe you can lay your thought on some other issues.
Okay. So this is how we like to say it. We like to say goodbye. So this is a 1 hour program. Yeah, we been playing host to Sekou Sharif, who is the chairperson of the movement for the redemption of District number 13, and Gabriel Slobber, who is also the Secretary General of the movement. So just to inform you, on next week Thursday, we will have Mike Divine, who's going to be coming from team Cornelia, and we will also have Mr. William Bro, who will be coming from Team Flomo. They're both of them going to be here defending both sides of this course. This is how we like to say. And this is an institution where we cut across. So you cannot just afford to miss next Thursday edition of the program inside District number 13, where we're going to be diving into issues that matter to the growth and development of District number 13. And lastly, we will also be playing on the national scene. It is very interesting that the both of them, the man who is supporting called Kanneh Togba. He is also from the Unity Party. The man who is supporting the current lawmaker, Representative Ella Papi Flomo, he is also from the CDC. He supports President William re-election. So it's going to be a much watery discussion that we cannot just automate on Focal on TV. I am your regular Thursday friend. Beginning next Thursday, I alone will be here. And then Lyndon Togba will be running the show, the Focal Talk or the Focal Point. That would, of course, is a program that will be coming your way every Monday. As soon as we get the time fixed, we will announce that on our official Facebook page and also our YouTube page. This is how we like to say welcome to Focal on TV. This is how we like to say we hope to see you on next Thursday. All right. You cannot just afford to miss next Thursday edition of the program. As we go to the pool in October of this year, we're going to be having everybody here. We're going to be putting our hands on everybody that will be on those who wants to unseat Mr. Flomo, on the Civil Society organization, whatsoever institution it is. We're going to be having conversations with them here. So this is how I like to say goodbye from my end, and I hope to be here next Thursday by the grace of Allah, inshallah. To all of our Muslims, brothers and sisters, we are about to go to the month of Ramadan. I hope our brothers who know the month of Ramadan. So this is how we like to say bye bye from our end. Do have a pleasant day.